What is up, everyone? My name is Jeffrey. This is The Jealous Image, the channel solely dedicated to helping good-looking guys like yourselves look even better by providing you information on how to represent your individual appearances. We're going to discuss things such as fitness, personal style, grooming, personal care, and nutrition, along with an array of other things that men are into, or just to help them get through their day-to-day activities. Typically in the past, I've done a genre of different videos. However, a friend of mine requested that we actually go over what exactly it is that I do. In answering that question, I actually am bringing on a special guest. Please provide a warm, Jealous Image welcome to Jeff Peterson. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me. Cute. Jeff, I want to thank you very much for coming into the show. I really appreciate it. I know you have a busy schedule, so thank you for taking the time to help us out by gracing us with your presence. Jeff, what I would like for you to help us with here is kind of explaining what it is that we do. That's a terrible shirt, by the way. Well, I hope it's not too terrible. It's from your closet. Just joking. I love that tie. I love the combination you have. It really flows together, so very nice. All right, well, Jeff, before we go ahead and get started, I want to explain to everybody exactly what it is that you do, or what it is that we do. What I do, or what we do, we brand it as, or we explain it as image consulting. And basically, in a nutshell, what it is, well, at least how I like to explain it, is I help educate men on representing their individual appearances. You've been doing this for quite some time. It's not something you necessarily fell into or got into. It's just, well, if you could explain a little bit better, just progressively how you got into it. Well, it all started back it had to have been 1984. It was in the back of a Plymouth. My parents decided it'd be a good idea. Not necessarily what I didn't mean to go. I didn't mean to go back that far. So start after that. No, that's not where we were going. Yuck. Basically, how I got into it from a young age, I've always liked to color match. Absolutely, and I'm the same way. It started from an early age, where I just genuinely like dressing up. I've always liked to have nice combinations of coloring and just grooming and everything. Just always seemed to be something I've always enjoyed. It wasn't something that I was taught or kind of fell into or got into. It's over time I appreciated it more and more. At first I was hesitant to kind of explain that or be open about it, but now I feel that it's something that everybody or every male should have in their daily activities, or something they should be doing if there's something they are lacking in. Very cool. Explain your first client without knowing they were actually a client. As far back as I can remember, it probably started, or it did start, from friends asking me fashion advice. How does this shirt look? Does it go well with these jeans? Or could you help me shop? That was when I realized that I really enjoyed doing it. When friends of mine would ask me to go shopping with them or help them pick out a specific item for an event that was coming up, I just thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved doing it. But it wasn't just the fact of doing it. The biggest part of it was how they presented that confidence within themselves. Like I really enjoyed seeing that accomplishment, or seeing that happiness and that joy come from them, seeing them in an outfit that fit them perfectly, that just really brought out their true inner selves, I guess, in a way. That's awesome. That's very similar to how I got involved into it. So that's basically what made you want to start pursuing it. As time went on, you realized how much you enjoyed it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure Jeff has a lot of similar beliefs as what I do as far as the sustainability. Now, as he's explaining this, you don't always have to spend a fortune on looking or presenting yourself in a very professional way, or even just a stylish way. You can find a majority of these outfits, items, colors at your local thrift store, or just kind of reassessing the items that you have in your current closet. Absolutely. I'm not going to take you to Gucci and Prada right away and have you buy a $5,000 fucking suit. I mean, that's not the point. The point is to help you feel comfortable in what you have and what you're wearing, and to ultimately help you be able to do this action or this process by yourself so you have the knowledge to do it. I don't want to have repeat clients. Awesome. I want to teach and educate people on how to do this. Shopping sustainable, that's going to be 90% of my go-to. I want to lessen our carbon footprint on this earth, so shopping sustainable is a small portion of doing that. You can find all of these colors and options like you had mentioned in thrift stores and just buying or being sustainable. A question that I had that someone else has asked me previously: when you're working with a client, do they specifically reach out to you, or do you reach out to them by providing them information or just kind of giving them a breakdown of what you do? How does that work? As far as I don't really choose people to go with. I will get emails in just as far as questions, as I mentioned earlier, what they're looking to do. I will have follow-up questions for if there's a specific goal in mind that they're trying to reach, or what are they hoping to accomplish through my services. It all depends. There's no 2-3 people that are alike. Some people will have similar categories or goals that they're trying to reach or accomplish, but I basically go from consultation. So send us an email in the link below. That way we can kind of judge on what exactly it is that we can help you with, or what services we can provide to the client. I'm not going to have a set price for one specific service just because there are a multitude of services that you can purchase or inquire about. It just depends on what that individual is looking at. For example, I had a gentleman that was married for a long amount of time, say 10 plus years. He'd recently been divorced. A lot of us go through that circumstance where we're out of the dating range for a long time, where we're out of just really caring how we look or how we present ourselves, because we get in that constant rhythm every single day, that same routine of everything. But when you finally get that kind of almost like a wake-up call, I don't want to say it is necessarily a wake-up call, but you realize that, what am I wearing? I haven't bought clothes, or I haven't purchased clothes since 10 years ago, or the only nice shirt I have is one that my kids bought me, or one that I bought before I started dating my ex-wife or my ex-girlfriend. So that's a big part where I come into play, and that, again, going back to the gentleman that I helped out, one of the things he asked about was helping him get back into the dating game. Again, I'm not going to give advice on how to date, because I am definitely far from good at that. However, I can help you look the part for who you are trying to represent. Are there specific questions that you ask, or do you basically have the client inform you on what they are trying to accomplish and why they're reaching out? When this gentleman asked me, I had follow-up questions for him. When was the last time you went through your closet? When was the last time that you dressed up and went out? Send me some photos. Send me a picture or an inventory of what you have in your closet, or what you would wear out if you were to go on a date right now. And that's just a small aspect of it. So once I would go through that, then I'll kind of, get some ideas and see what type of services he is looking for. So it's not necessarily a one-size-fits-all. No, as I mentioned earlier, it's not a one-size-fits-all. Every person and most people are going to be different as far as what I'm going to be explaining to them and how I'm going to be helping them. Everybody's an individual, so I want to try and make that a main focal point. And I'm not trying to do a one-size-fits-all and a turn and burn. I generally want to help people in discovering themselves and being confident in themselves. Boom. Completely agree with that. As far as what I do as well, very similar to what you just explained, everyone's going to have a different aspect of what they're trying to accomplish in reaching out to an image consultant. So when you're doing your consultations, are those free of charge, or how do you set those up? When I do mine, I just go by email. We do offer free consultations. And the plug will be the email address for anyone that wants to know or have Jeffrey and my information. So overall, you can basically help everyone, or anyone that reaches out to you. We can't help everybody, but we will try our hardest to do as much as we can. How does someone know if they need to reach out to you or if they need the guidance of an image consultant? It's a hard question because I've had a lot of people, when I mention what I do, no fucking clue what it is, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not like it's a huge sought out service. If you need our services, I guess the big question is to ask yourself is, do you feel confident when you put on that casual outfit, or that you're going to meet friends out or going to pick up a girl or whatever the means or reason is? Do you feel confident in that? Do you feel confident you can do this stuff on your own? Do you feel confident that your hair looks like as well as it should? Are you keeping up with your grooming, or are you happy with the way you look when you come out of your home and you are dressed up? Those are questions that you have to ask yourself. If you are not sure about that, again, the consultations are free, so if you're looking for just some advice, I can definitely offer that to you. Most of the time, they won't necessarily tell me why they're reaching out. I mean, there will be a main reason, but that's why my job is to dig a little bit deeper and find the bottom reason to why they're reaching out. Did you just go through a divorce, or you're just starting to get back in the dating game, or you spent all your time focusing on school and what your career was going to be? You didn't pay attention. You don't really give a fuck about fashion, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know shit about fucking engineering, but if I need to find that specific genre and something I'm doing, I'm definitely going to reach out to someone. I'm not going to try and do it myself. Find out what you haven't worn in 15 years and why you're still hanging on to it. Like, don't get me wrong, again, I'm a huge fan of vintage clothing and being sustainable, but if you're not wearing it, give it to someone else. Give it away, donate it. Or another add-on to that is maybe that shirt is way too big for you now. You just need it to get tailored to make it look like it fits you and that it's not 100 years old. Explain what other image related or style related options or selections that you offer. There's a whole breakdown of things, as I mentioned, as far as what we can offer, Jeffrey. So we're going to help, as you mentioned at the beginning of your show. So what we offer is help with just overall style consulting, just helping you what to wear, what matches best with what you are trying to accomplish. Exactly. So it's not exactly one aspect of everything. So as I mentioned previously, you could either need help or one genre, or you need help in all of them. It just depends on what you were looking to do or what you were trying to accomplish. Absolutely, and that's what it's about, is just helping you or helping that individual feel confident in what they look like when they look out the mirror. Everyone can benefit from using an image consultant, and whether it's one or two things or a plethora of things. If you're not sure about a specific item, or if there's something that you need help with as far as going through your closet and doing a renovation for your closet, as far as what's in the closet, not actually redoing the closet, but clothes that may be out of style, if there's something in there that you haven't worn, reassessing your clothing or going through your closet to see what's out of style, what you haven't worn in a while, or what you even could bring back to life. Not everyone's going to agree with what you have on or the styles you choose with. It's just having that confidence in moving forward with that and being confident in that outfit or that hairstyle you chose. Being different and going outside your norm, you have to get outside of your comfort zone, otherwise you don't grow. A really big takeaway from this, folks, is there's nothing wrong with getting to know who you are and who you want to be. We can help you look the part and help you feel more confident. So don't be ashamed on really taking a look in the mirror and figuring out what you need help with or what research you need to do. I'm not saying that you have to contact either of us for our services. Don't be afraid to take a hard look at yourself, because ultimately it is about you and how you present yourself, and how you would like to present yourself to the world. What we've gone over is basically just a sum of what it is we do and just some of the services that we provide. So I guess, Jeffrey, Jeff, the main question or the main end goal here is what? End goal? At the end of the day, I want you, if you do choose to go with my or Jeffrey's services, the biggest thing is making sure that you can do this for yourself moving forward and now on. I don't want you to need my help. I definitely want to answer questions if they come up or if there's a situation that I can help with. Absolutely. But for the most part, you have to be self-sufficient. We want to build that confidence in you, that understanding that you can do this and you're an amazing person. A lot of people may be jealous of what you look like, and you can't let that stop you. Okay, Jeff, so unfortunately, folks, we're just about out of time. So Jeff, if you could give us or provide us a closing statement before we end the show, that would be magnificent. Bottom line, Style is subjective. What you have on, someone else may not like, so fuck them. Exactly. No, absolutely. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Invite me back anytime. No, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Hopefully we were able to shed some light on what it is exactly that we do. Our information is going to be located at the bottom. If you need any help, or if you have any specific questions, or you're looking for a specific service, my email link, our email link is located at the bottom. And before I go, I didn't mention it at the beginning, but please go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on those notifications. Again, I am Jeffrey with The Jealous Image. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, well, you know what to do. I will see you next week. Thank you. Take it easy.